Colonel, I'm about to apply new optic camouflage.
Whoa, that's some camouflage.
And I was about to be like, what was that, Snake? I couldn't hear you. Snake, I can't see you. What were you going to do? Snake, what were you about to say?
Snake! Snake!
Colonel,
now-
I was invisible.
Or no, more properly. Jack! Jack!
I was just invisible. It's okay.
Speaking of Jack, welcome back to Jack 3.
Yep.
Welcome
And,
to Jack.
with
Welcome to
Dark
Jack.
Eco-Bends.
Jack 3, Daxter Eater.
Stop. You. Dax
Okay,
Eater,
one
no.
more that I want to... One
Go
more that I
ahead.
want to get out of the way. You see a Mel head pop out of the wall? So, I see you like to play Ratchet and Clank.
I've actually been watching a friend of mine play the original Metal Gear. It's interesting.
Yeah,
Like
I
some
mean,
of-
it was ahead of its time.
Interesting and very difficult. And apparently, I didn't know this. Apparently, a lot of the voice actors involved in the game, like almost all of them, used pseudonyms because they all thought it was going to bomb.
Well, look where we are now.
Yeah, like apparently all the people who were in it all used aliases. All right, Doc Barn. We'll just do that, and well, I guess we have no other choice now. We're stuck, unless this will be fun.
Ah, perfect.
Boom.
There we go.
Sir, the camera's gone. Which one? All of them.
Everyone. All right, let's go. Get out of here.
Thank God for this
So-
dark eco pool, otherwise that would have literally been impossible.
It really would have, and I'm glad the game is decent with that. I mean, they're not the hardest puzzles, but they are fun enough. So
Actually,
yeah.
I just realized Daxter Eater was a very dumb subtitle. We should have named it Metalhead Eater.
I was gonna call it Dax Eater, but
Dax
everyone
Eater.
out. Gosh dang it!
Ah,
Time for more invisibility
Twin
shenanigans.
Jacks.
Twin Jacks.
the Twin Jacks. That's not too bad.
Again, Metalhead Skull Gems are purely used as a currency to buy access to little mini games for precursor orbs. No real reason I should be collecting them in this game.
That's fair. They just kept them there just because it's mostly for the sake of keeping in tone with the lore.
Hey, you know what's really annoying? Trying to do precision platforming when you can't see your freaking self.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it makes me feel bad for those who play Mario Odyssey and use the invisibility cap for all the other moons.
I know.
Oh, that's right.
Why
you
would
can
you
do
even
that.
do that?
It's just. It reminds me of when I would play Brawl and we would have invisibility on.
Oh,
you can't see
ugh.
anybody.
Yeah. I mean,
Do that plus mini mode. You
It's
can't. No.
Yeah. I mean, it was a funny idea. It's just that, well, it's all it is. It's nothing more than a novelty, and they only really added it into the games just to check off the list.
Party mode, yeah. I had fun. My friends and I.
a joke shouldn't be taken seriously.
My friends and I had nice. There goes the walls. My friends and I used to have fun where we would play the game with small, mini, and curry mode infinitely,
Oh Lord,
boy.
I shouldn't have eaten that curry.
Dope.
so that it just looked like a bunch of little fires fighting one another.
Oh, you
Anyway.
know what?
Oh,
Funny
hang on.
thing, like I know
Hold on.
they got rid of the whole Daxter sassing you while you're dead thing. Imagine if they did keep that, what exactly it would look like after that death animation where you fall on top of him.
Jack.
Like, just imagine that face smashed up against the camera.
I can't breathe.
in my face.
Oh, hang on.
Oh,
No excuses.
wait a sec.
This could be done. Now make
Huh?
Hey, Viger.
That weird bastard that dropped us in the desert in the first place.
Which is voiced by Phil Lamar, doing a very interesting, unique voice I don't hear from him too often.
catacombs. Just continue
Yeah.
your work, and I'll deal with those idiots in Haven.
It's pretty much a lighter toned Aquaman.
Meet your makers. Why are the catacombs so important?
I can kind of hear that.
We gotta find these catacombs.
Just yeah, what the fuck is he doing here of all places?
Not sure, but it's time for us to learn a new, insane, whatever, the new big thing that helps make this game become the next ante stepped up.
It's one of those goober-eyed precursor.
The anti what now?
Did you say Goober Eyes? Your return brings us a goofy this planet's future is at a critical junction.
Wait, isn't that
The Dark Ones have found your world again.
Oh wait, that's is that still Clancy Brown?
With the past.
I'll check that.
I don't know.
Do you have any idea what he just
Me
said?
neither.
Speak the normal language, okay?
You will need all the power you can master to survive this terrible test, Great One.
Okay.
I can
Great
handle
one.
it.
I was talking to the tall one, Shorty.
Wow.
Well,
I believe this is Richard McGonagall.
oh, okay then.
Oh,
So yeah,
Check it.
Oh, no.
so yeah, you all sick of Dark Jack? Well, now we have Light Jack.
Dark eco. It feels.
Like, straight up, like,
he doesn't look different.
I feel better.
you'll see. We just got a quick new ability which allows me to heal myself on the fly if I have Light Eco.
There you go, Light Jack.
Oh, whoops.
Oh,
No, not
oops.
that. The issue is that, like, the issue is that the transformation for Light Jack is the exact same as Dark Jack, which is, oh, here's a Light Eco event, where you have to hold the L2 button and push a button as opposed to just releasing it normally to turn to Dark Jack. We'll learn each individual power as we come along. For now, we just have, Light Restoration, and it was interesting to see them, like, bring it back far more than it was used in the original Jack.
Well, how do you feel now about not having a leaper for so long?
Well, let's go and have some fun again. Oh, I see that. Try again. Come on. Oh, and for those wondering, McGonagall is Sully.
Yep, he
Oh.
was Sully. He
In
was
Uncharted.
Apocalypse in X-Men Legends 2.
He was Bato in Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I couldn't even tell
Right,
from
he
that
was
voice.
that.
He's Four Arms
he-
in Ben
he's a pretty
10.
good job, but yeah, he's 4 Arms Ben 10. There was
Dr.
another
IQ,
role
Dr.
to-
IQ in Duck Dodgers, the remake.
Yeah, that is McGonagall. Yeah.
Thank
I
you
know.
for sparing me, Jack.
I know because I'm looking at the IMDb. I have these open all the time so I can try and be as smart as hype. He was Dr. Howard in Third Rock from the Sun.
Huh.
I'd have to go back on that because I don't immediately remember that episode.
He was in a lot of episodes apparently. He was also he was also in that show. He was where is it? He was also a Dr. Dr. Howard's doctor. He was just the doctor, and sometimes it credits him as Howard. Sometimes it credits him as Dr. Howard. Sometimes it just credits him as Doctor. I'm like, wow, they really didn't. Okay. Anything else around
Gotcha.
here?
So
Well,
he's
it's nice to-
just the.
Nice.
So,
apparently he's been in show business since the '60s,
Wow.
yeah.
and he was
He has a
still,
s-
and he's still been in he's been reel to reel in regular show. He's still around.
Nice to know. By the way,
Yeah,
after we
you-
vandalized the poor king's throne room,
Sorry.
Attention, all people of Spargus. A large storm
Oh.
is heading our way. Prepare the city. Jack, there are 4 wastelanders out there.
Oh, not an escort
I want you to
mission.
sorry, Logan, it's time for another escort mission.
And frickin'
people. I want to escort myself.
and the king is just like, I know it's a really bad mission, but I promise it'll be good. Die.
You didn't even hit him that time.
The Phantom Pain. That's what we'll call it.
Phantom Pain.
Let's go. I mean, the outside reminds you a little bit of 5. Okay, so
Okay, why is it
time
doing-
trial. I died once. Well, the issue with this is that you have 1 health bar for this entire mission, and these guys will deal damage to you, and there are no healing pickups. Mm-hmm. You need to do everything you gotta do outside the place, with infinitely spawning mortar vehicles from all different sides who can shoot at you, ram into you. Oh lordy! And as my whining hinted at, our goal is we need to get to all 4 of these little light things, pick them up, pick up the guy, drive him to a little convoy vehicle that is an armored tank that'll hopefully deliver them to Spargus safely, and rinse and repeat.
Well, hey, better that than just taking them straight to the city gates.
Yes.
There he is.
Go.
Now, Jack, what I want you to do is stop by Walgreens.
And pick up my prescription.
And then
No one's done.
I want you to pick up my lunch at Wendy's.
So this one. But I'm just like, it's my prescription throat lozenge. It hasn't been picked up in over 30 years. You just give it to him. It's like, oh, that is so much better. I thank you, Jack. Go on your
To
adventure.
Wendy's.
No, it'd
Wendy's.
be more like, just when I need it. Thanks, Jack.
That's what we're doing. Oh, Lord.
This is wouldn't even be anything extravagant. It'd just be the most boring. It'd just be the most boring ass voice ever.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks about that. No one.
Or the most mundane anyway. Just yeah.
It's Ben Stein. The fate of all of the world lies within your hands. Your mission is of the utmost importance.
You know, I wouldn't really take this game all that seriously if they did.
Well, that's the joke.
I know. Even
Okay,
worse,
random-
or not even just fuck just the voice actor, just make him Ben Stein,
Phone
leader
in.
of Sparkus.
What has Ben Stein been in any video games besides Toonstruck?
I feel
and
like-
whatever
I feel
Fairly
like-
Odd Parents stuff he was in.
I feel like he has. I just don't know what else he's been in.
I'm sure he has. I
Oh.
do know.
Oh,
I do know he's
fuck.
definitely been. Oop.
Okay,
I was about to say.
To be fair,
I
at
do know
least
he's
you didn't land from the top first, otherwise that would have been an instant death.
probably.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, I'm not quite sure as far as, like, video game stuff. I know he's still pretty prevalent in, like, animation. In fact,
Yeah.
aside from Fairly Odd Parents, one of my favorite things he's been in is in Animaniacs, where there's this one episode dedicated to him basically just being, like, this boring leecher who's pretty much, like, following the Warners throughout the entire day, just boring them with a story. Then, at the very end of the episode, he finally reaches the end of the story. It's like, well, it's been nice seeing you. Bye. Then they're just sitting there in silence, and it's like, we miss him! And they just run after him.
Then he became so he's like white noise. He's like a fan you turn on at night to help you sleep. But
I thought I was the only one that did that shit.
I do that all the time, dude. Like if I'm like, it's so hard for me to fall asleep in pure silence. Like it's uncomfortable to me to fall asleep in pure
It
silence.
really
I
is.
need to-
Like once you do it for a little while, it's just so hard to go back.
Well, no, like yeah, I have bought a fan. It was like $20 online. Like it's really just this little fan that does nothing to help like cool down my room. It just makes a nice soft humming. It just makes a nice little humming sound. I turn it on now, but I don't want to ruin my recording with its audio. But just that is the entire purpose of it, is just to like create little white noise for me to sleep to.
$20 for a good night's sleep.
Pretty much. Okay, random other thought. I don't really like Wendy's all that much. I don't eat there a whole lot. The
Really?
chicken fry.
Really, I
the
love
chicken.
Wendy's.
I like their chicken. I was gonna say chicken fries, but that's Burger King. And
yeah.
unfortunately, we were too late to save the fourth one.
Aw.
So you can see his dead-looking eye. He looks exactly the same. He's just a T-pose model. Oh, hello.
Oh, hello.
Jellyfish!
You wanted
yeah.
that boss fight hype? Here you go.
Did I say I wanted a boss fight?
Well, earlier when we first found one of these things, you're like, oh, here comes a boss fight. It's like, not yet.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it took me a second
now-
to know what you meant by that.
So yeah,
Yeah.
the random metalhead jellyfish.
It's another dark satellite thingy, like the one we fought, or like the one we activated back in Spargus. Ow.
Ah!
I'm realizing I'm wasting my ammo here. I should be waiting for it to fall down on the ground, and then it will. And there we go. Now I can start shooting at it.
Well, hey, at least this sandstorm was extremely generous to let us do this boss fight and then head on back home.
Yeah.
without
Oh yeah, as you're seeing, you're still on a time limit this whole time. And as you've been seeing, very useful attack they brought back from the second game is if you spin attack and hit something at the same time as using the blaster, you will you'll do like a rapid fire burst at it.
Oh yeah, it's
That
great.
should be enough.
You're almost out.
And there it goes.
Okay, time to run.
Grab it.
Actually, going back to a previous note, I'm personally indifferent to Wendy's. It was just the first name that came to mind.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I like Wendy's, honestly. Like, there's some compared to all the other stuff. Like, I don't know. I just think it's one of the better ones.
I probably should eat them more often. So I mean, if I had to have some sort of brand loyalty, whatever, probably because it's like they say, like whatever you have as a kid, you start gravitating towards that. I had a lot of McDonald's growing up.
I don't know.
So like
who
that's.
doesn't.
I
So
mean,
that's
I did,
why I've been.
I
Oh my
did,
god,
I
I'm
sort
bent
of
around
did,
this tree.
I sort of did too, but honestly, like after I don't know, this past since 2005 or whatever, I just stopped giving a shit about McDonald's altogether.
Oh yeah, look at that fire up there. That is the giant flare at the top of Spargus. So that is to also sort of help you on which way the city is. That's why they keep that thing lit. Oh,
Yeah.
there's a wall there.
That's a relief.
So, I mean, I usually eat at McDonald's just for like breakfast on my way to work, just because a sausage McMuffin is only $1 now. They've lowered the price on it.
Oh, that's good, I guess. I mean, if nothing else, you can at least get them for breakfast.
Right.
But honestly, if I want anything, if I want to get like food, like just go for fast food or whatever, I just stick to either Wendy's, Jack in the Box, or Subway.
I should eat more at Subway. I like Subway. Jack in the Box I've had once or twice. I don't like Burger King at all.
Oh yeah,
I think
Burger
King is trash.
Burger King sucks.
I have been to a Burger King once in the last year and a half, and that was to use the restroom in it once. And that bathroom was dirtier than like a water park's bathroom.
That's why you don't want to eat their food. You could literally make something as disgusting as that.
It was just, whoa, I almost got ran over like by the car. It just was not fun.
That just happened. No more sandstorm.
Yeah, but suddenly it's just okay. Thank you, time travel, and hello there. Don't mind me.
Isn't it time for you ankle biters naps?
It's like 3 in the afternoon.
Whatever.
That gun.
Seriously, freaking blasphemers. I bet next you're gonna tell me that Taco Bell's actually good.
Funny enough, every time I get to this mission, it's always nighttime.
Wanna try to beat me, score?
See, here's an odd thing that he just said.
All the time. Hey, Jack?
That joke isn't funny, and you're not funny. So, yeah, we have a new minigame, which is to beat the high score of target practice with this turret thing. It is a semi-automatic in that it fires as fast as you can pull the trigger, and you just want to hit as many targets as you can. Blue, green, and red, green, and blue in terms of raising, heightening point value. The thing that did not make sense to me. Oh, and I should say, the faster you hit the target, the more points you'll make.
Yes.
So if you shoot it very close to the water when it first pops out, you'll get a lot of points.
So anyway, what was the thing that didn't make sense?
Yeah, Cleaver's all like, that turret used to be the only thing that stood between us and the desert. I'm like, it's between you and the ocean.
There's only water.
This is not the desert. This is the ocean that it's standing between you and... This is on the wrong side of the place. It's on the wrong side of the city. It's supposed to be you in the desert. Oh.
Yeah, like maybe, or for all I know, maybe this thing was always meant to be positioned in the desert, and yet, well, they
messed it up.
Yeah, they missed one of Spargus' first experiments, and well, they kind of fucked it up.
Not my bad. Red, blue, and then green is the highest worth point. And if you don't hit it before it goes back down, it's considered a miss. That's all. Just another score attack mode.
That's all it is.
We're actually getting pretty close to the end of the first act here.
Yeah, the acts themselves aren't really that much longer than Jak 2. In fact, especially considering the more generous checkpoint system, I'd say they're shorter.
Well, especially with the amount of weapons they start giving you later.
Oh, yeah.
And
all the weapons, all the enhancements.
Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say, I commend you two for actually not choosing to find me when I said that Taco Bell sucked.
Nah, I'll agree with, it's not good. If I need, I like their cheesy gordita crunches and their quesadillas, but that's the thing, I know I'm not having authentic Mexican food when I eat Taco Bell. it's there, it's quick, it's convenient, but I don't...
Hence fast food?
I will say, I've never liked eating a Taco Bell. It's only when I have, that one craving.
I mean, I kind of like Taco Bell for a while, but yeah, I don't really bother going there anymore.
All right.
The most I really got from them were just two boring meat and cheese tacos and nachos. Maybe churros every once in a while.
I love how this game tallies up the points when it's fast like that, because it's just so gratifying to see. Blink.
Oh, so nice. Anyway, I do believe you owe us something, fatty.
So.
And yeah, that Cleaver diaper cheat thingy, it literally just gets rid of his loincloth looking thing.
Yeah, just shows him his diaper. And, well, makes him just look like a big ass baby.
It's just pointless.
It's just meant as a joke. Nothing more.
Okay.
It's if you're feeling a little immature that day.
Well, alright then. Otherwise, yeah, it's a waste of
Of all the things to indulge in maturity, that's really the best they can pick.
Well, there's more to it. There's more than just that. It's just that, well, sometimes the developers like to play around with whatever they have.
Oh,
and, well,
we have another gladiatorial combat.
Oh, I guess off we go there then. So that said, yeah, like sometimes they're even generous enough to let us play around with those tools as well. Hence why we have the Cleaver Diaper mode or Big Head Jack or what have you.
Right.
Yeah, I saw Big Head Jack. Big Head's a really common trope when it comes to like secrets and cheats.
Well, that's a classic.
Well, yeah. Which honestly, I'm trying to think. What's the most recent game that actually had a Big Head mode?
Skate 3, but it was stupid because it was like locked behind DLC.
Isn't it also in Arkham Knight?
Yeah, it's in Arkham Knight.
Ugh.
Or I know it's in Arkham Origins. Actually, I think it's in all the Arkham games.
I don't remember in an Arkham Asylum or...
The one, the only.
Well, it started in Arkham City, technically.
Okay, that's fair. Okay.
You know,
Stop it.
You can stop kissing ass.
Sorry, I got a bit carried away. Did I mention
but you have plenty of it to kiss.
Yes, right.
Is that his hair? Oh yeah, I think that's actually his hair. Those little pointy things. That is his hair spiked up.
Good luck.
Oh,
That's not a crown. Yeah, that's his hair. Pointed
Really?
up.
I always thought that. Yeah, I always thought those were just metal
Nope.
versions.
Nope. I believe there is a entry in the strategy guide somewhere that outright makes a joke at. Yeah, it takes a lot of gel to get that spiked up like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was just something.
like
that
Dennis
pulled
Hopper's
out by
hair in the
whoever's
Mario
handling
movie.
the guy-
Prima or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't never take that shit for granted.
And as you've noticed, we have the Vulcan Fury again. The
Oh, boy.
the big old minigun from the second game.
Alright.
Yay.
That's about it.
Going back to Big Head mode, I wonder if there's been any game that does the reverse of that, where there's a cheat code where the head stays the same size, but the body just gets bigger.
Oh, there is.
Closest thing, I think Jack 3 actually does have that too.
I think so. There's a little head mode. Uh-oh. Yeah, there is a little head mode. There is I know probably most games with a pretty lenient character model creator will probably let you do stuff like that, like Dark Souls or Skyrim or something like that.
Or
Well, that kind of stuff I don't really count
Gary's
because
Mod.
that's shit. What was I gonna say? That's something I don't really count because that's something that the game purposely lets you do.
Well, isn't that kind of the point?
Oh damn! Beam reflector. What the?
Wait a minute! Sick!
Boy.
Sick?
Jack? Dexter?
Hey Phil,
Don't you two look sorry over there?
what's wrong?
Says
Yeah.
the guy who used to
Wait, what?
have a poopsie bed to go to sleep.
Wait a minute.
Not gonna fight you.
Oh.
We don't, he'll kill us both. Rule of the arena.
So we have to kill each other.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
But hey, you know what? Even Sig has a heart.
Blasphemy. One must destroy the other. Complete the test.
I can't, man. He's my wingman. And so's Jack.
No, I'm gonna regret this.
It could have been worse. It could have been something where he's like, finally, this is my chance to finally eliminate the last who know of Poopsie Bear. I will carry that secret to the grave.
He literally regretted everything he said back then.
And now he's come to wipe us out so that we can never... Yeah, no. As you've seen, Sig is still nice and he doesn't want to hurt us, which we're going to have to figure out what our punishment is in the next part.
Spoiler warnings, it's really not as bad as you think.
I know, they're just going to take Poopsie Bear, dangle him over a pit of lava.
Poopsie Bear, no! Till next time, guys.
Poopsie Bear.